What's up, everybody? It's your boy Phil Shock of the 96 Hedgehog here with our week 6 of DDL. Breaking the fourth wall, as I always love to do. I have not played week 5, as you can clearly see, and so I don't know if we are 3-2 or 2-3. We're 2-3. We have to win out the season to make playoffs. We're 3-2. We only need to win 2 more games. We have to win, I think, probably 1 or 2 more games. Lynch. So, big important matchups going the rest of the season, but this is a very semi-tough matchup here. It's definitely limiting what I bring this game, so definitely something to note. But if you guys are excited, leave a like if you haven't already, subscribe if you are new, join the Phil Shocker crew if you need for the crew. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this team builder as my cat Sneaky loves to climb up and give some cuddles for his dad, aka. So looking at my opponent, we are going against Siggett and the I forgot his name, so I apologize, Siggett. But anyways, this team consists of Aegis Slash, Arachnid, Sylveon, Mew, Autono, Mega Houndoom, Kyurem, Selgor, Nidoking, Emolga, and Delibird. This is a very terrifying Mon. Really, he only has like a 9-Mon team, but his 9-Mon team is incredibly deadly. They're very deadly. I'm definitely scared for this matchup because this team, just defensively and offensively, just shreds me. Like, I'm gonna get murdered. But nonetheless, I think I think we could work with this, and I've got some pretty cool ideas for some sets and everything like that. So, but breaking down his team, I don't think Emolga Delibird. I don't think he's bringing any of his flying types, really. His flying types don't even have really good matchups at all, in my opinion. Oh, excuse me. So Dumbledore's over there. Nidoking is something I could see him bring, potentially. Nidoking's, like, not a bad Mon versus me, but I think I have good checks to it. Plus, I feel like I forced Nidoking to be Scarf this matchup, versus where Nidoking can kind of just be, physical in this matchup. Even if Nidoking's physical, it doesn't do all that much. So, I don't know. Nidoking could still be brought in case he's really worried about, the speed of my team and everything like that. So definitely something to note there. A Selgor, if he doesn't want to bring a Arachnid, a Selgor is definitely also good bring. Selgor has Bug Buzz, Focus Blast, Energy Ball, and Mud Shot. Literally all he needs to run with in a Burn Throat Spray set, and that honestly could just beat my team. And I would have nothing to beat it. So, excuse me. It's just a really annoying way to go, but definitely something to speak with that. So Selgor could also. I don't think he would go double bug though. I think he would pick one bug versus the other, versus going double bug. But if he goes double bug, then his team really starts getting weakened by a lot of things on my team. So definitely something to note with that. And I do think Kyurem is a very scary option for him. Now, looking at my team, Kyurem is a monster. But also look at my team, there's things that Kyurem struggles to break that he can't beat. Like, it struggles to break through Porygon 2, it struggles to beat Infernape, and it can struggle to beat my Tyranitar. And in theory, Semi is hard to break Milo. Especially if I'm a really, Spadef bulky Milo versus a Bizdef Milo. Excuse me. But I don't know. So it really depends on if he really wants to. But I definitely can expect Kyurem to come because Kyurem is a monster against me, and I'm very much terrified. So looking at his team, I think Aegislash makes a lot of sense. Aegislash is really, really good offensively versus me. Aegislash can beat Porygon, which is why I can see it coming. Arachnid, I do expect Sticky Webs to be coming, so I'm going to try to take advantage of Sticky Webs and see if he's going to be reckless and wanting me to bring Trick Room. Obviously, when he sees Porygon and he sees Rodriguez, he's going to instantly think, okay, he brought Trick Room. I have to be very careful not to be clicking the turn moves. So definitely going to be doing that. Sylveon, I think a really good Cleric on this game is going to be really, really good. And Sylveon kind of just annoyingly just stalls out my team. I could see actually an offensive Sylveon. Offensive Sylveon's scary as heck. Like I could see maybe something like maybe like Coal Mine, Hyper Voice, Protect, Leftovers, and maybe Toxic, maybe, or Wish. And then there's Mew. I think if I had to take a guess on what Mew set this would be, I would probably say it's a Dragon Dance Mew set. Now, the reason why I'm going to say it's a Dragon Dance Mew set is because he knows, okay, he's got Tyranitar as Dark type. It's going to be weak to a fighting type attack. I can easily do that. Mew can't go for a special Dark type move because it has boosted stand attack. So, and I also generally think going for the physical variation of Mew is better in this matchup versus going for special. So looking at the team, I can definitely see Dragon Dance Mew, maybe with the Coma Berry, potentially. And I see, oh, excuse me. And we see something maybe like Coma Berry, Dragon Dance Mew with Close Combat, Dragon Dance, probably a Psychic move, and then either potentially a Dark type move, or maybe Roost, like Dragon Dance Roost, and like semi-fast bulky set, like max HP and speed investment wise. Definitely something could be something to figure out there. And then like the rest going just a slight attack investment, something like that. I could see Mew dealing. That's honestly what I would run versus my team is Dragon Dance Mew. Dragon Dance Mew is very threatening. I do think Odd Note comes. I think he needs to bring Odd Note because it just hard walls Runarigus. Now, plus if he doesn't bring it, Runarigus actually can put in a ton of work this game, especially being, you know, Trick Room and everything like that. And then, like, Odd Note would definitely be, like, technically Toxic knockoff. And then this thing would either have the Wish or a Heal Bell. And then there could also just maybe be, like, a normal type move or a coverage move, something like that. I expect Odd Note just to be an extremely annoying defensive pivot, while Sylveon to be kind of still relatively defensive, but an offensive variation with either Calm Mind or potentially Choice Specs in some regards. And I do think Mega Houndoom I think is a phenomenal matchup with Nasty Plot. Like, Nasty Plot Dark Pulse, what is my switch in? Or Nasty Plot Fire Move, what the heck is my switch in? The good news is I force him not to click Nasty Plot right out the gate unless he's comfortable in a position where he can get that. Otherwise, he can't really do much against my team with it. But again, I could see something like Curon being replaced for it. I could see maybe something like a Selgor being replaced for it. Like, there's a couple of Mons I can see being replaced for a few things on this team. So, let's go ahead. That's the team I expect him to bring. So, again, the first 9, I can see it being relatively anything, really, actually. So, definitely something to note there. So, let's go ahead and kick off with the team we are bringing this week. And once again, we are bringing Godzilla. Godzilla has actually a really good matchup here. We are running Choppleberry Godzilla here with the Rock Polish set again with an offensive variation of being a little also defensive as well. We have Stone Edge, Iron Head, Crunch, Rock Polish, 56 HP, max attack, Adamant, 28 defense, 80 Spadef, and 92 speed. And I decided to go with the Sandstream. Now, Unnerve would be the better ability here. And I'm going to think about this for a while. Because obviously Sandstream is really, really good because, you know, you get chipped down, and the only thing I've seen that doesn't get chipped by it is Nidoking. I mean, extra Sandstorm chip really helps a lot because, for one, it breaks Focus Ashes, and two, it lets me show if anyone has leftovers versus anything else. So I think that's really good, but I don't know, dude. It's going to be really up there, but we have Stone Edge, Iron Head, Crunch, and Rock Polish. These 3 moves hit everything on his team for super effective to neutral damage. Odd Note is the main thing I'm worried about, though, so I wanted to put a bit of a fighting move on here, but I didn't think fighting move really paid attention when my dual stab just hits so much of his team super effectively, and then Iron Head just really being there for Sylveon. Obviously, depending on the Sylveon set, we always take 1 Hyper Voice. The Chopple Berry there is for any potential Cobra Berry mons, like the Mew or the Aegislash, and they can carry their fighting move, which they respectively should. But otherwise, I can see Tyranitar putting in a ton of work. I don't know if I'm going to Rock Polish right up the gate. I might just scout to see what he's going to do versus me when what he wants to make his main switch in here. So, Definitely something to do with that. Up next, we're bringing the Duck. Since he doesn't have a fighting type, the Duck is really, really good in this matchup. And I am bringing, I think, a risky set here. I am definitely bringing a more physically defensive versus a specially defensive Porygon. Now, the reason why is just because I think Porygon puts in a lot more offensive. Can put in a lot of more of a physical defensive pressure sense that this thing can switch into, I believe, Aegislash pretty much comfortably well unless Aegislash expanded, which if Aegislash expanded, that lets me know some great intel right there, and I can play around that. Obviously, we're running Violet, we're running Sub Recover. Now, Sub Recover is really weird on this set, but it makes sense when you see Analytic, obviously. And we have Shadow Ball and Tri Attack. Honestly, I just needed Tri Attack spam, and then I have Shadow Ball, which hits his only 2 resists. Hits his only 2 resists. Or mostly his 1 resist being Aegislash. Otherwise, I just spam Tri Attack in this matchup. There's nothing really to say about that. I might take some of that the physical defensive out and put it in Spadef to be safe. But again, if it's physical Mew, this checks physical Mew. This team checks Aegislash unless Aegislash is choiced in some fashion. So ultimately, I think Porygon here is super, super good, and I know we haven't been doing a lot with Porygon, but I just don't know why. I just been love building with this thing, and I think I love how creative it can be. So definitely some stuff I like there. Up next, we're reading Zuko this week. I don't expect him to really run a Choice Scarfers this week, so we're going to be running an SD Iron Fist boosted Infernape finally after so long, with the Charcoal, with Swords Dance, Thunder Punch, Mach Punch, and Flare Blitz. I did need to run this Flare Blitz over anything else. I would have liked to have not run Flare Blitz, but Flare Blitz was the most necessary thing to hit a max HP Mew. Because again, he could be a potentially bulky D-Dance Mew, which with like Roost or Drain Punch as the fighting type move with the close combat, even though I think close combat hits a lot harder for my team versus Drain Punch. But I guess Drain Punch works in a lot of ways too because of, Porygon, so I could see something like that. But what I looked at in this matchup, I think Infernape just shines. Without that speed though, Mew does not do much against me. After a Swords Dance, everything on his team is basically gonna die, essentially. Like, Thunder Punch to a max HP, unless he's like a physically defensive Araquanid, max HP Araquanid with the Iron Fist Charcoal boosted, with a Swords Dance up, does still get one-shotted by Infernape's Thunder Punch. So unless he's Berry or he's like max HP and very, like a defensive boosted nature and very physically defensive, does not take a +2 hit. So that's really, really good. Infernape, I think, can put in a lot of great work this week as well. We are running enough speed to outspeed Mew, obviously. So anything from Mew and below, we outspeed, guarantee, which I think is the rest of his team except for Slowcore, obviously. So really, really, really happy for Infernape this week, and I think Infernape really puts in a lot of good work, especially with that Charcoal this week. So definitely a really good breaker this matchup, if anything. Up next, you have River, but we're bringing a very mixed defensive River, perfectly mixed defensive, I feel like, as well. With Skull, Toxic, Recover, and Protect. Yes, it's Toxic Stall, I understand. Get off my back. But anyways, we have River here with max HP, 124 defense, 132 Spadef with Calm Nature. Now, I'm running more Special Spadef than I am going to be running a Fizdef with having the Flame Orb, obviously. The reason why is because my Lodic needs to be more of that mon that can take the special hits from Houndoom, Sylveon, and all that stuff, and just beat it. Now, obviously, more than likely, if he brings Autono and Sylveon, he's got a Heal Beller on his team. But any free toxic damage is great. And plus, it forces him to constantly have to click that as long as I keep clicking for toxic damage all of a sudden. And then I can get free skull damage, and then I get burns. Now, that is the one downside, is the burn aspect, but I can move around it. Now, I obviously could run something like maybe Mirror Coat, potentially, but I felt like Mirror Coat was way too risky, because if he's set up on anything on his team, he's just going to keep going for the setup versus that, and then I'm just going to lose my Pokemon. So, definitely something to put that into consideration. But I really think this Milo set really takes a lot of the hits that we really want to, and I think it's going to be really, really good. Up next, we have Mowing here, our Rotom Mow Nasty Plot set with Dark Pulse, Leaf Storm, and Thunderbolt. I did put Dark Pulse on here just to deal with Aegislash. I don't think we might
I don't actually. Do we really need a Thunderbolt? Do we really need Dark? Let's see. Let's go back here. So we have Thunderbolt, 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 Thunderbolt. Okay, we need something for this. But Thunderbolt, Leaf Storm, I guess something for that. I guess something for Kira would be good. Oh, spoilers right there. I might go back and look at this and see if I can find something that we can hit the Kira with. But basically, design-wise, this thing is max HP with enough speed to outspeed Aegis Slash if it's max speed for some reason for any Totalize sets or anything like that. But Thunderbolt, Leaf Storm, Nasty Plot, and then whatever move we have. Basically, this thing is going to hit offensively very hard. We have the Ultra Berry, so that we get a plus, we get our +2. We guarantee live one hit from Houndoom, unless Houndoom goes for a Nasty Plot its own, and then basically we can get a free kill. We are running Modest Nature this week with max HP with 108 SPDF and 16 SPDF. So hopefully Rowan puts in a lot of work this game, and I really hope Rowan can be able to do a lot of things for us. And last but not least, as I spoiled it, we have Majora here with the Kasib Berry. Now I have Kasib over Colbert for a very specific reason. I am more scared of that Aegis Slash if anything else, because Shadow Sneak in Trick Room is more scary, especially if I maybe think he's chipped and he's not banned and he wants to try for the cheeky kill. I have Kasib, so I live that hit. Trick Room is obviously very important in this matchup, as I can put in a lot of time to work with my team as well. We do have Body Press for the Odd Note only, and then Stone Edge, Earthquake. Stone Edge is really just there for the Arachnid. Otherwise, I can just freely Earthquake spam. We are running a bit of a offensive and defensive assessment on. We are running max HP with 132 in attack, 124 defense with the Adamant Nature. Basically, the 124 is just so I can get my body presses to do a lot more damage. Hopefully, maybe either 2 AKOing, I don't know, unless it's super Fizz Def, which I don't think it's going to be super Fizz Def. I see it being more like mixed Def and everything like that. Because, like, I think Sylveon's going to be either his Spadef wall or like a Spadef offensive and everything like that. And Auto maybe could be a physical defensive wall, but it could still roughly be 2 KO or 3 KO, I bet. And the good news is if we get Water and Spirit on this thing, when it switches out, it can't get Regenerator. And if it hits, and when we hit it, and if it hits us with knockoff, we get Regenerator, and then we can do a switch out and get health back from that. So really big, good aspects with having Rune Race in this matchup as well. So definitely something to note there. But that is going to be the team, guys. Leave a like if you haven't already. I don't know if we have a shot if this is our last chance at making playoffs, or we are in the hunt to make 1 or 2 more wins to get playoffs. But we are hopefully going to do our best to move forward and just keep having fun this season. But thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Join the shop for free today because you'll be friendly with the game of the crew. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time. Until next time, everybody. Peace.